Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Now in today's video, we're going to do a review of the Realme 11 Pro Plus 5G that just landed here in Malaysia. Now I've been using this device for more than 2 months now, and I think they do come with a lot of cool features for under 2,000 ringgit. But more importantly so is the camera at the back, because it's a very strong camera that's almost flagship level. So we'll talk all about that later in the full review. Other than that, I also happen to have the Realme 11 Pro with me, the non-plus version, and I do think that it comes with a set of cool features as well. So we'll talk about that very quickly before we end the video. With that said, let's head over to the desk, get up close and personal with these devices, and let's check them out right away. Alright guys, so first and foremost, we're going to check out the Realme 11 Pro Plus 5G. They have a lot of cool features that we want to focus on, but mainly, we're going to start off with that camera at the back. Now the camera at the back here is actually a 200 megapixel unit. This is from Samsung. It's called the Samsung ISOCELL HP3, and it's a fairly large sensor here. It also comes with OIS on board, and it supports super zoom. That means 4 times lossless zoom on this camera itself. Now I have actually brought this phone along with me for my recent trip. I brought it to a couple of countries actually, and I'm going to show you a couple of photos in the gallery here because I just took so many. The pictures that came out from this camera is actually very impressive. Now I want to let you know that just in terms of daylight shots, I noticed that the quality was very similar to something like the Samsung S23 Ultra. I mean, this sensor is coming from Samsung, so we do expect to see some similarities, but I really did not expect to see such great quality daytime shots. Every photo that I took with the Realme 11 Pro Plus looks simply fantastic. Other than that, obviously since we have the 200 megapixel sensor on board, we are able to capture a lot of detail in those pictures. After the shot, you can actually still see a lot of detail in the photo itself, and that's really very impressive. Something that I thought might be worth mentioning is that Realme worked with Lonely Planet this time around to actually come up with a couple of filters. The one that says crisp, cinematic and tranquil, these are the ones that Realme has worked with Lonely Planet, and you can actually get some really interesting shots from these filters. So yep, that's pretty much the cameras in a nutshell. Again, a very strong flagship level performance sensor at the back on the Realme 11 Pro Plus that is just very impressive for the price point. Now moving on, what other kind of features do we have here? I think we should check out the charging, because Realme is saying that they are putting in one of the fastest charging that they have on their smartphones, and with this time round we do get actually a 100 watt SuperVOOC charger in the box. This is actually super fast guys, because it is able to charge up the device from 0 to 100% in just 26 minutes. We do have a 5000 mAh battery in here, and you can see that it is a very slim form factor, but yet 26 minutes to 100% is very quick. And if you are happening to be in a quick rush, let's say for example you only want to do a very quick charge, 3 minutes itself on this charger that's included in the box will give you 17% of battery, which again is good enough for at least half a day of use. Alright, moving on, we should check out the display at the front. We do have a very beautiful display. It is a 6.7 inch OLED display that refreshes at 120 Hz. That means everything is going to be super smooth. I think I particularly like the fact that we have these very slim bezels all around. Check out the top and the chin guys. These are very slim bezels, and more importantly, the curve on the sides here is just that little bit. That means it won't really cause any sort of accidental touches whenever you're just holding the phone or gliding around using the Realme 11 Pro Plus 5G. One really cool feature that Realme has actually put into their display is actually the 2160Hz PWM dimming. That means that the display here is actually flickering way lesser than normal phones, and if you're using your phones very often in the dark, it will actually cause less strain and less damage to your eyes. I think this is really cool here because a lot of phones these days has been putting in this PWM dimming sort of features, and it's great to see that feature finally coming to the Realme. Moving on, let's talk a little bit about the design that we do get on the Realme 11 Pro Plus 5G. I think these are really very attractive designs. Let me know whether you prefer the one in Oasis Green or Sunrise Beige. If you just take a close look guys, there is this really nice track that goes down the middle, and there is also this sort of like 3D stitching at the back that gives it a very premium kind of feel. More importantly, I like the fact that we have this sort of vegan leather, sort of back panel here, and that's because it has a soft touch feel to the back, and I personally have not been using a case and they still look as good as new. I also like the fact that it feels very much more grippy in hand, so whenever you're just holding your phone, you won't really worry about it slipping off just because you have the extra texture at the back that adds on a little bit more friction and gives you more confidence when holding the phone. It's also very lightweight guys, just in case you're wondering, it's under 190 grams, and again, did I mention already that it's a very slim device? So pretty cool design from the Realme team this time around. Alright, so before we end, I think we should also talk a bit about some final specifications here. The phone itself is being powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 7050 processor, and it's a very efficient processor. RAM-wise, you do get 12GB of RAM, and that's actually quite a fair bit because you can still extend it by an additional 12GB, guys. Total of 12 plus 12GB. And of course, in terms of storage, Realme is providing you 512GB of storage, which I think is fantastic because for the price of less than 2,000 ringgit, you are getting 512GB of large storage. I also noticed one thing here, and that is the haptics. The haptics engine on this device has been really good. It's using what Realme is calling the Tactile Engine 2.0, and basically the phone itself puts out very nice, soft and crisp vibrations that makes it very interactive. Other than that, you also have your dual speakers at the top and bottom here, and this gives you a very nice viewing experience, especially if you're watching movies. You can hear some really good sound from the Dolby Atmos dual speakers. So there you have it, a very close look at the Realme 11 Pro Plus 5G. Overall, if you ask me, I think they are very solid for the price of under 2,000 ringgit. Not only do you get those really close to flagship level cameras at the back, but you also get something that you don't see very often, and that is that 512GB storage. Very large storage here to store all your photos. Moving on, let's take a very quick look at the Realme 11 Pro. Now this device here is not that much different compared to its bigger brother, the Pro Plus, and under 1,500 ringgit. What's missing? What did Realme remove? Well, let's first start off with the similarities. Both the Pro and the Pro Plus do have the same processor, the Dimensity 7050 5G. They also come with the same display. That means that beautiful 6.7-inch OLED 120Hz display with 2160Hz PWM dimming. That's great, but the main difference here is actually in terms of the camera at the back. Now the Pro Plus, like I mentioned just now, came with a 200 megapixel main sensor, but the Pro makes do with a 100 megapixel sensor, but it still comes with OIS on board, guys. Other than that, the charging has been slightly reduced in terms of speed. On the Pro Plus, it was 100 watts like I mentioned, but for the 11 Pro, it is 67 watts, which is actually still very fast. So I would say this, if you are looking for the best camera for that kind of price range, do check out the 11 Pro Plus. But if you're looking to save some money, I think you can check out the Realme 11 Pro. Anyways, all the links will be down below. If you have any further questions on the Realme 11 Pro series, feel free to hit me up in the comment down below. Don't forget to drop a like and sub to the channel to show your support, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one. Stay safe everybody. Bye bye.